You know the expression when people say, "It came out of nowhere"? Well, that's certainly what it felt like with Tadej Pogačar. One day, he was just a teenager riding his bike in Slovenia. The next, he was standing on the biggest podium in cycling, winning the Tour de France not once, but twice, and doing it with style, and with that calm smile of his. But let's not jump too fast. Let's rewind and tell the story properly from the very beginning. Tadej Pogačar was born on September 21, 1998, in a small town called Komenda, located in central Slovenia. A peaceful place surrounded by green hills and quiet roads. Not the kind of place you'd expect a world-class athlete to come from. In reality, he grew up in a regular Slovenian family. His father, Miran, worked in management, and his mother, Marjeta, worked in a textile factory, being the youngest of 4 kids. Life at home was warm and simple. No pressure, no spotlight, just a normal kid in a quiet town. Now, here's the interesting part. Tadej wasn't born into a cycling family, obviously, but he had an older brother, Talon, who joined the local cycling club KD Rog Ljubljana. On this fateful day, Tadej went with his brother to watch a race. He was just 9 years old. Fortunately, one of the riders didn't show up, so Tadej had to fill in for him, and just like that, the spark was lit. After that first race, young Tadej kept showing up at the club. At first, the coaches didn't think he was anything special. He was smaller than most of the boys his age, and not very strong. But he was curious, always asking questions, and more than anything, he just enjoyed riding. As a teenager, he started to win local races, then national ones, and before long, he was riding with the best junior cyclists in Europe. By the time he was 16, Tadej was already being watched by talent scouts. He joined the Ljubljana Gustav Zorum team, where he was coached by Andrej Hopman, a former professional cyclist. Hopman saw the same thing others had started to see. This kid wasn't just good, he was special. In 2018, he moved up to the under-23 level and joined the UAE Team Emirates development squad. That same year, he won the Tour de l'Avenir, a race that's often called the Tour de France for young riders. It was indeed a huge moment for the young cyclist. Riders like Egan Bernal and Nairo Quintana had won it before going pro. In 2019, he officially joined UAE Team Emirates. He was only 20 years old, and he won the Volta ao Algarve in Portugal. Then he won the Tour of California, becoming the youngest ever to do so. And finally, the big one, La Vuelta a España. Right then it was clear, the kid from Komenda was not just talented, he also had big things coming his way. Then came 2020, the world was in lockdown, and the Tour de France was pushed to later in the year. No one expected a 21-year-old to win it. Tadej wasn't even the leader of his team at first, but as the days went by, he just kept hanging on, climbing with the best, smiling through it all. And then, on the very last competitive stage, stage 20, the individual time trial, he pulled off something no one saw coming. He crushed the time trial, and then he overtook the leader Primož Roglič, another Slovenian who had worn the yellow jersey for 11 days straight. It was the most shocking turnaround in modern Tour de France history. Tadej won the stage, took the overall lead, and won the Tour de France at just 21 years old. He became the second youngest winner in history and the youngest since 1904. And he didn't just win the yellow jersey. He also won the polka dot jersey for the best climber and the white jersey for the best young rider. It was simply unreal. People said, okay, maybe it was a fluke, but Tadej had other plans. In 2021, he returned to the Tour and dominated from start to finish. This time, he didn't have to come from behind. He attacked early, built a lead, and defended it like a veteran. He won 3 stages and rode with the calmness of someone twice his age. At just 22, he won his second Tour de France, and once again took all 3 jerseys, yellow, polka dot, and white. That year, he also won Liège-Bastogne-Liège, one of cycling's oldest and hardest one-day races. He was no longer the new kid on the block. It was obvious he was the next big thing. In 2022, he returned to the Tour aiming for 3 in a row. He looked strong early on, but this time another rider, Jonas Vingegaard from Denmark, had different plans. They battled in the mountains, exchanging attacks and riding like gladiators. Tadej eventually finished second overall. It was a tough loss, but he took it with grace. No excuses, just respect and motivation to come back stronger. 2023 started strong. Tadej won Paris-Nice, another major race. He also won the Tour of Flanders, beating the classic specialists at their own game on cobbled roads no less. But just before the Tour de France, disaster struck. He crashed during Liège-Bastogne-Liège and broke his wrist. He recovered just in time for the Tour, but he wasn't at 100%. Once again, he finished second behind Vingegaard. Still, his attitude stayed the same, humble, focused, and positive. By 2024, Tadej was a global star. He was winning Giro di Lombardia, Strade Bianche, Tirreno Adriatico, and more. Off the bike, Tadej is calm, humble, and a bit shy. He's dating Urška Zigart, a fellow pro cyclist from Slovenia. The two support each other, train together, and share a love for the sport. Tadej also loves animals, especially dogs, enjoys playing video games, a good sense of humor, and a healthy appetite as well. Despite all the fame, he hasn't changed much. He still trains like the underdog. Although it's obvious we don't know much about him due to his private lifestyle, Tadej Pogačar is still very young, and yet he's already done what most cyclists only dream of. 2 Tour de France wins, monuments, stage races, and an attitude that reminds fans why they fell in love with cycling in the first place. Fortunately, from the look of it, he's not done, not even close. The road ahead is long, and you can bet Tadej will be right there, climbing to the top, smiling, and making history with every pedal stroke. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like, share, and also if you got something to say about this young cyclist making waves, you can drop your thoughts in the comments below.